What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a character review, and we're going to be doing it on Gwenpool. Okay, so Gwenpool here is a pretty diverse character. In my opinion, I think she has a few ways that you can build her, and it still makes her very strong and viable character. So let's go ahead and check out the details real fast. So, for Gwenpool, I think there's probably three main ways actually that you can build her. So Gwenpool is actually a little squishy, so she does die kind of fast, even though she does have a built-in heal where she does recover a little bit of health every second. It's nothing too crazy though, it's like 1% or something like that. And so you can build her with recovery rate and a healing ISO set, which would help her to survive longer. And then you can also build her towards dodge to help her survive a little bit, or you can build her towards crit rate and crit damage, because she does have a lot of multi-hit skills. Crit rate is really nice on her because it does increase her damage by quite a bit because of her multi-hit skills. So as you can see from the stats, I was kind of messing around with the crit rate, dodge, and recovery. And right now I'm kind of trying to balance the three together. So my crit rate's at 32%, I have about 23% recovery rate, and about 50% dodge. So I think if you get up to 50% dodge, you really start to see the benefits of it. So if you're going to go for dodge, you want to get to around 50% for it to really pay off. And then for recovery rate, it really depends on your ISO sets and if you put on a healing obelisk or how you want to do it. But generally the more recovery rate the better if you're going to go that route. And then for crit rate, because her skills do hit so frequently, anything over 25% you can still see a pretty good payoff for. So you kind of want to aim for that area. Alright, so now go ahead and check out her gear. So she's going to be physical attacking, so nothing too special here, just physical by level for the first stat to get the most benefit, and then all the rest either physical attack or all attack. Then over here we're going to do all defense, so nothing new. And then over here is kind of what I was telling you about on how you want to build your particular Gwenpool. It kind of depends on your play style. So you could do dodge or recovery rate. Here would probably be the best for her. Personally, I'm more of a just in-your-face kind of player, so I don't really have too much strategy or try to dodge too often. So getting this dodge on my character generally helps me survive in those tough battles in world bosses or Shadowland type scenarios. And then down here, it's going to be your crit rate and skill cooldown. Gwenpool does seem to have a pretty good skill cooldown. So I'm probably going to put this to all crit rates, and the reason for that is you can do her 6-star into her 5-star, and then you can do the bullet dance where she just spins around and sprays bullets everywhere, and then generally your 6-star is ready again. And if you're in Shadowland, that will basically have your opponent locked down the whole time because of how many hits they're being taken. So that's pretty much personal preference. And I do want to mention that if you are going to tier 2 your Gwenpool, I would definitely recommend doing more of a crit rate build for her, because her tier 2 does get her invincibility for about half the battle, because you're invincible for 5 seconds and has 10-second cooldown, so that definitely increases her survivability by quite a bit, so you can work more on your DPS then if you go for tier 2 Gwenpool. Alright, so that's going to be those gears, and then the custom gear, I just have basically a crit rate and dodge obelisk, because like I said, I was trying to balance out my Gwenpool, and she does perform pretty well how I have her built right now. I've noticed that she survives pretty well, and she does do quite a bit of damage. And that also complements the ISO set I have for her, because I do have the I Am Also Groot, so I get the healing bonus. But with I Am Also Groot, you also get some attack buffs as well. So I think the I Am Also Groot is going to be pretty much the best for her at tier 1 especially. If you go tier 2, you can even switch this out for just a plain attack set like Hawkeye or Power of the Angry Hulk, something like that. So now let's go ahead and check out her skills. So by far her best skill is going to be this Gift Special, which is her 6-star skill, where she's basically immune to damage for the whole duration of the attack. She skips around and the enemies basically can't hit her. It's an iframe. And then for Bullet Rain, this is her next best skill, because if you're able to get in there with that, she jumps high into the air and just sprays bullets at the enemies, and it's really hard to hit her while she's in the air like that, so it's a good way to avoid damage. So those are the two main skills that you would be using in world boss scenarios. When I'm in Shadowland, I generally do the Gift Special to Bullet Rain, and then I actually use this Figure Skate because she spins around the enemies and it will hit enemies anywhere around her pretty much, and it'll keep them stunned. So you can basically keep them stun locked by using those 3 skills, which is really nice. Alright, so that's going to be her skills, ISO set, and gear. So now let's go ahead and show you how she performs. I'll take her through story mission now. Okay, so here we are at story mission 10-8. We're going to go ahead and just put her in here and let her go through on autoplay and just see how well she does, how fast she can clear it, and if she takes any damage. So as you can see, her multi-hit skills can keep enemies locked down pretty well, as long as she doesn't use that 3-star skill, the very top one where she throws her grenades like that. She'll keep the enemy stunned the whole time. Alright, so there you go. Gwenpool is easily able to do this. Her health was in no danger at all. It does take her a little while, but that's probably because I have her running around grabbing all of the crates because of the autoplay plus. So she's a character that you can easily leave on autoplay in any story mission to level up your other characters, and she'll be able to solo it just fine. So now let's go ahead and check out co-op with her and see what kind of damage she does. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take her into co-op and see what kind of damage she can do. Alright, so she's going to be against Venom here. She's going to be weak against him element-wise, so she is going to be speed and he is combat. But she should still be able to do decent damage here for sure. Okay, so it took 26 seconds, and she was able to do most of the damage, 61% in that time, and she was a speed against a combat character, so her damage was reduced by a little bit, but as you can see, she still did a lot of damage in that time, so definitely has a high DPS with those multi-hit skills. Okay, so that was a brief look at Gwenpool. Definitely a very strong character. I would consider her a top tier character. She can clear pretty much any game mode. She can do World Boss, she can do Shadowland, and everything in between. So she is definitely worth investing in if you need another character for any of those game modes. She is, though, a paywall character, so you can't farm her very easily. She only appears as an ally shifter in special missions, so that's pretty much the only place you can get extra bios from her, besides the daily login bios that you would have to purchase. So that's going to be the only ways to get her. And another thought on her that I didn't explore too much is she might be very good with defense penetration also, if you do that kind of build. Because there's been more and more talk about defense penetration and how useful it is. So that's definitely something also to look into. But with her multi-hit skills, of course, crit rate is going to be one of her better options, in my opinion. So that's going to be my ideas for Gwenpool, my review on her. And at the end of all these videos, as I will always do, I will suggest a character that I would like to see added to the game. And just because we have Gwenpool here, of course I'm going to say Deadpool, even though I know that's probably never going to happen, because they're not going to be able to get the rights to do that. But it would be amazing to see Deadpool in the game. So those are going to be my final thoughts, and that's it for this video, so I will catch you in the next one.